Hello, Jackson here. Welcome back to the Daily Endeavours for the 15th of April. We've got a 15th seal set. As always, I'll have timestamps in the description if you want to fast forward through any of these. So we've got Amorphous Foe, 1 new Mundus Stone Boon, Consumables Master Writ, 1 stage in the Infinite Archive, and 15,000 Alliance points. Skip this one, I'd say. Just compared to these ones here, it'll probably take you as long, probably longer completing these 4 here compared to this one. So yeah, I just think it's quite shit. Best way to do this one, I would say, is just do like a couple of battlegrounds. Regardless if you win or you lose, get a bunch of AP for doing that, no matter how well you perform. Could go to Cyrodiil when it's like peak time in Alliance Locked, and see if you can capture some keeps too. That's usually a way. You'll have to kill 16 players, or not 16 players, sorry. It's 2k AP per player on your own. So you can kill 8 players and get it that way. Easier said than done though. Can take resources, but that takes a while. Like honestly, just skip it. I think it's just not a good one compared to these ones. And then our Consumables Master It as well. This one will require you to either be level 50 in Enchanting or level 50 in Provisioning. Oh, sorry, no. Alchemy, not Enchanting. Level 50 in Alchemy and level 50 in Provisioning. Those two. That one's definitely quick, but these 3 here are probably going to be your mainstay. Even then, like, because these can be expensive. Right, so Mundus Stone Boon. This one here, this is one of the ones you can access pretty much from any character, because this wayshine here you start with, right? So you can travel to it at any time. Just go up a little bit northwest, and the lady's right here. All 3 of the starting zones with starting wayshines, they all have a Mundus Stone that's relatively close. It's always the lady. This Mundus Stone isn't that great though. I don't use it myself too much. So the biggest issue you're going to have with using the Mundus Stone to do this endeavor is when you use it, there's usually a Mundus Stone that you want instead. One way is to just find it in the overland. Usually I like to go to the shadow in Shadowfen, funny enough. For the thief, which is probably everyone, like the one most people are going to use, I reckon the one in Eastmarch is the easiest to get to, because once you unlock this wayshine, it's right next to it. What I would do is, if you don't have anything in Eastmarch yet, find a Frostvault Chasm in Home Tours, and just go here, look through to F, Frostvault Chasm, travel to any of these, go browse homes if you can't find any there. All you do is just leave, go out the front door, leave outside, and it'll take you to Eastmarch. You just go down a little southeast, and you'll get there. So that's one way, but my preferred method for this is just these guild halls. So I'll just travel to one now and show you. Right, so here is the reason I like to use guild halls. I never noticed that I'm splitting a bit. So these Mundus Stones here, it's every single one. So regardless of which one you need, they'll all be here, right? So, well, assuming that the person who has the guild hall has got everyone. So I will link in the description a home that you can use with guild halls, Mundus Stones right at the front in PC NA and PC EU. Unfortunately, I don't have any on console. If someone could tell me some of those, that'd be great. For people doing the endeavors on those on console, because yeah, I don't know anything on there. But yeah, the way you do it is the same, right? You just find one here. Can you? There we go. Fucking hell. So use it like that, and then you just go find whichever one you were using before, and just use that instead. So that way you're not spending more time running around looking for the other Mundus Stone that we're using before. They're just all here, so you can swap one and then swap it back and just go about your day. Just cuts down a little bit of time spent, that's all. So if you're wondering what it costs to get your own Mundus Stones, by the way, prepare yourself. So if you do want to do this, I don't suggest doing it, but you go F5, go to the housing menu. You have to do this in your own house, mind you can't do it in a guild hall. Go purchase, and if you go down to what is it? Structures? Let's look it up. Yeah, here we go. So 4,000 crowns each. So if you want every single one, what is it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 times 4. That's 52. So 52,000 crowns. So what's that in? Isn't that like $500? Or like probably like 400, $450? It's fucking crazy. I'll talk next about a Consumables to master it. This is quick, but it's expensive usually. So there's two types of writs that you can use. So if you go into guild stores, look up Consumables, master writs, and either type, just probably, yeah, PR, so it's provisioning writs, and then probably just Al. Oh, no, my jewelry is there, so Alk. How can I put this? So, alchemy writs, they don't need any. I'll talk about pro first, right? Because that's so these require you to have a recipe, and sometimes it can be it can be an absolute nightmare getting the hold of these recipes because they're like it's like a champion point 10 to 40 recipe, for example, and it's like there's not many in guild stores, so you got to look around like a bloody headless chicken trying to look for it. But these are, I mean, not these ones. These ones sucks. I suggest not really using the ambrosia or like any that costs a lot of vouchers. But alchemy, on the other hand, though the stuff it requires to make them is generally higher. I mean, Blessed Thistle and Dragonthorn's pretty good, to be honest. But anything that like the items here, you don't need a recipe to be able to craft these. You can just craft them straight away. So alchemy writs are going to be better for people who don't have much like provisioning set up. But provisioning, in most cases, if you can just find some that aren't fucking gold quality food types, like fucking these ones, then usually it's pretty good. Because the ingredients to make them are generally going to be let's have a look. Oh yeah, here we go. Stuff like this. Even though Red Frothgar is more expensive, and I'm pretty sure I think it just requires clear water though, doesn't it? So it's probably not too bad. Yeah, so once you can find these, usually the ingredients for making these are cheaper than they are for the alchemy ones, but it just depends. Like personally, if I was in this predicament and wanted one of these, I'd definitely go with this one. Blessed Thistle, Dragonthorn. Imstall's also quite cheap. So yeah, it just depends on which one you want to use. The add-on I'm using for this is TTC, Terminal Trade Center, that shows the cost per voucher and the purchase cost and all that. Can be helpful if you want to just like compare how much you're basically going to be spending on getting these seals, which is usually not worth it considering the other easier options, but it's definitely quick. So yeah, I will also point out there's also an add-on you're probably going to want if you want to do master writs in general, and it's Writworthy. So this basically automates all the master writ crafts for yourself. And what you can do is you can type in /Writworthy. So it's 2 slashes, and what it will do is just automatically craft all of them. And then what you can do is you can go up to the master writ giver. So in this case, I should probably talk about this. My favorite one to go to for any master writs is Rallis Halalu. I mean, sorry, idiot. Sorry, is Deshaan. Because I find the amount of distance between the Wayshrine and this is just way better than it is in Grantwood. Even though Snugpod is pretty close, I still think just traveling to Wayshrine usually is just fine. And Deshaan also has access to Flaming Galactic anyway, which I think is just closer anyway, or just as close. And yeah, the Wayshrine's so close anyway. And then I think just Wayrest is definitely the worst of the three. So yeah, I just think coming here is good. And yeah, you just got to hand him into this guy, and that's it. Oh yeah, sorry, what I was saying before. So you can queue them all up, craft them, and then come to this guy and hand them in one by one and accept the next ones and hand them in. So that way you don't have to go accept one, craft it, and come back. You can just accept. You can basically just craft them all beforehand, accept them all at a single go, and then just you're wasting less time running around as well. So yeah, things you can do like that to make doing master writs more efficiently. But yeah, it's definitely the most expensive option here. Alright, so now let's talk about Amorphous Foes. Netches are all you're going to need to be able to do this one. Press the wrong button there. Oops. Kill one Netch, that's all you need. So, there's this area here, which is usually where I go to do any of these Amorphous Foes endeavors, only if there's like only a few. Because if there's like 5 or 10 Amorphous Foes for the endeavor, usually people come through and just fucking genocide these fucking... Oh, sorry, I wouldn't extinction... Run a fucking extinction event, or culling event, killing all of these netches. But as you can see, there's quite a few here. Sometimes you got bull netches, they're a bit tougher, but nothing you can't handle. Like bull netches, the attacks they do are pretty tame. So yeah, this is Selkapul's Wayshrine in Stonefalls on the western side. Easiest way to get here is to take the Kragenholm house, somewhere around here. So it's called in home tours. So go Kragenholm, this one. So find one of these and just exit, and it'll... I fucking do that every time. It'll take you to Kragenmoor, and then you just go a little bit north and just come to Sulphurpool's Wayshrine. So that's probably where you're going to find the easiest way to get netches, because they're literally right next to the Wayshrine, right? So yeah, pretty good. There's a couple of other places you can get netches. They're sporadically placed in Vardenfell. One place you can find a couple is Ushilaku Camp here. There's a couple down here, I believe. A couple along this section, I think, as well. But there's nowhere near as many. Like this section here is like one of the most concentrated areas of netches. Another area is Cold Harbour. Funnily enough, there are netches around this area here. There's about 10. Or not 10, maybe 8, I think. Just scattered around the area, so you can look for them. Sometimes you'll see bull netches there as well, sometimes you'll see normal netches. The only thing is, you either need to travel to Cold Harbour Surreal Estate through the home tours, like I showed you with Kragenholm, to get here, or you need to get someone to take you to the Wayshrines or complete the main quest line. So not everyone's going to have access to this. That's another area. Also in Vardenfell, the public dungeon here, Nuchulefdinth. If you go down to the bottom section where the rivers are, like where the river is, there's a section there which has got a couple of netches as well. You can kill them there. You're also able to kill Voriplasms. There's a couple of areas in the southeastern side. I think there's also a couple in the northeastern side of Blackwood. There's the Silent Halls. There's a couple of Voriplasms in a couple of rooms in this place that you can kill. You'll mostly find them, though, in... there's a world boss here called Zemhox Lagoon. This guy spawns them when he gets to a certain amount of health lost. So you can kill one Amorphous Foe with that. There's a couple of Voriplasms and like the Voriplasm skeletons here as well. Murkmire is probably the most common place to find them, though. I find in all the marshes in Murkmire, you just find tons of those things. They just only appear in like certain locations, but you can find a lot of them here. I think it's the Sophia Cavern also has tons of Voriplasms too, or is it the other one? I'm pretty sure it's Sophia Cavern. There's tons of them in there too. There's also, if you have the Elsewhere DLC, the Northern Elsewhere DLC, Orcrest, if you go to, I think it's this spot here, there's a trapdoor to go into the sewers, where this is, Nordagloop the Clog. There are Voriplasms here too, which also count for the Amorphous Foe's Endeavour. So there's a couple of places you can go, but yeah, I really don't think you need anything else other than just sulfur pools. There's also a couple over here. I'm pretty sure there's a couple over on this section of the grasslands. There's also a world boss here, Brightman's Grove, which has a couple of netches, and the boss itself is a netch. So yeah, a couple of options here too that you can use. Alright, Infinite Archive. So this is a base game option here that you can find in the Apocrypha zone in the world map here. Though this zone is DLC, this area is not. You can actually travel here from any wayshrine in the game, regardless of what DLCs you own, so it's quite nice. And one stage is like 2 minutes, I would say. The stronger you build, the faster you're going to be able to do this. So come in here with not a... Basically, just don't come in here and on like a level 3, and you'll be fine. You could probably do it on a level 3, but you just it'd definitely take longer, and you'd struggle for resources, especially. Oh, I got this bloody useless. I don't use a skill. So it's pretty simple. It starts with just a couple of enemies at a time. There's usually a ranged enemy and a couple of melee enemies for the first wave. For the second wave, there'll just be other stuff. For the third wave, you get a tougher enemy. That's probably the only bit you'll really struggle with if your character isn't super strong. But just like save your ultimate for that round, and there's not much else you need to do really. Alright, so here's the big enemy. So there's always a tier 1 dangerous foe with this group of enemies. Oh, I missed him. What I usually like to do is focus the little enemies first, but some of the bigger enemies, I like to focus them first, like the big crow things, and the Iron Action Arcs too. I hate them, so I kill them first. But yeah, most of them are pretty chill. Yeah, I'm just completely out of resources. Playing a Stateful Vampire because I'm an idiot. So yeah, that's all you need to do. So now you get a verse, which you can use to get a buff and progress to the next round. But if you just want to do the Endeavor, that's literally it. It's like just a few minutes to complete this. And yeah, you don't need a crazy build. Like, I've got a lot of damage, but not a lot of sustain, so that's not the best thing. But yeah, it's just like anything that you can clear a dungeon with, you could probably just come in here and do the same thing with. Yeah, so oh yeah, before I go, just make sure you use your Jubilee Cape for the weekly as well. Right, so if you got any questions about anything, just let me know as always. But yeah, very easy daily this one. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for your support as always. I'll see you next time, and take care.